Hey friendlies, what's going on? How you doing today? The last time we spoke, I was dealing with tire issues and I'd gotten them all straightened out. And I will tell you guys the shop, but I want to wait until I'm out of the area. So I think what I'm going to do is do a page on my website. You know, I have a website, CarolynsRVLIFE.com. I'll do a page on my website of all my favorite shops and repair shops, I think. So stay tuned for that. But I just wanted to tell you what I showed you. Last couple of videos were real time. That's what happened this week. I'm gonna now take you back to the end of June. I know, how do I get so far behind on my travel videos? I shoot too much, that's what it is. But right now, I'm gonna try to get this up today, Saturday. I have a good cell signal and this one's almost done, and then I'll just put another one together tomorrow rather than give you an hour tomorrow. But so anyway, just want to let you know, taking you back to the end of June, I had just left Standing Rock, and if you didn't see that video, check it out up here. And I stayed in a really cool and interesting state park that I'm gonna show you and talk to you about some history and show you around and tell you about the state park, and also share with you, you know, just kind of the stuff of RV life. So stay tuned and enjoy.
There ain't nobody gonna do it for you. You got to mind your own.
Come on. So this is Fort Abraham Lincoln State Park in North Dakota. It's really a really pretty state park. And I'm here on a Wednesday. Today's Thursday, I'm leaving. And it looked like when I was making a reservation that most of it was full, but there's hardly anybody here. So it's been really nice and quiet. I have a spot right on the water. I have electricity, and it was like $24 for the site and $8 entrance into the park per vehicle, so $30-something. I'm tempted to stay another night, but I've been paying a lot for camping, and I can't keep paying for camping. I'll go broke. Especially at $30 a night. So, where's my dog? Thought I heard her come out, but I guess not. So yeah, I'm going to take off, but it's a really interesting park. It's a beautiful park. It's right on the Missouri River, and there's a lot of history here. There was a fort here, a military fort, and then it closed down, and then they rebuilt it. So there's replicas of Custer's house. George Custer was here. The Macon Indians were here first, of course, and they were wiped out by smallpox. So I'm on the confluence of I think it's the Heart River and the Missouri River. So actually what's right in front of me, right behind me, that's the Heart River. And then the Missouri River is just over this little piece of land right here. And so a lot of history here that was surrounded, of course, around the waterway and the trade and the fuel. The trees were fuel because there's not a lot of trees in North Dakota. So some really interesting stuff here. I need to go into town. Bismarck is only, how far is Bismarck? Half hour away, I think. So I need to go pick up a couple groceries and head north. That's the plan. Got a shower. Nice showers here. Nice amenities. Dump and water. There's only electricity at my site. Some sites have water, but so I made the reservation here because it was 95 degrees yesterday, and I wanted to plug in, and I wanted to be near water for Sadie. So I was looking at the map because I knew I wanted to come down the Missouri River. I wanted to go to Standing Rock, and while my site is right on the water, there's really no swimming. It's muddy banks on the Heart River. The good swimming is on the Missouri River, and we stopped yesterday at a couple spots that would have been great. Although they didn't, well, yeah, some of them had plugins, but some of them didn't. But yeah, so if you want to come here for swimming, it's not great swimming. Anyway, I don't know if I've ever told you, one of the things that I do is if I have water left in the tank, you need to put a couple gallons of water in your black tank before you after you empty it with some of the treatment, helps keep it clean and helps keep it smelling better. So I still have a little water left in my tank, so that's what I'm going to do. Just go ahead and put a couple gallons in. I have to drive up to the spigot to get fresh water, so that's what I'm going to do. When I have a couple gallons of water left in my tank, I like to do all of this before refilling, right? Use up the water that I have so that I'm not dipping into my new refill so that I can boondock longer. So just putting a couple ounces of my tank cleaner in, both the gray tank and the black tank, with a couple gallons of water. This is my preferred. I only used this because I couldn't find this, because I think I got this at Walmart. And I've been wondering, why does my black tank smell? Part of it is the heat, but I think this stuff is the best. Also goes in your gray tank. And it smells like bubblegum. Awesome, now I'm gonna go fill up my fresh water. My freshwater tank is 42 gallons, and I can boondock 10 to about 13 days on 42 gallons of water. That's conserving. That means no showers, but I've gotten the art of sponge bathing down with a couple cups of water to a science. Here's a tip for you, especially you newbies. Your water line that goes into your tank is a long, narrow tube, so air pockets get in there. See? So it spits back out because you're getting air pockets in there. So you might think it's full when it's not. So you got to kind of babysit it. Depending on how fast the water is coming out, it's harder in some places than others. The gentler the stream, the easier it is because the air pocket doesn't get as big. But it might spit back out at you. And if you can get the hose all the way in to fit in there tightly while it's filling up, then that's even better, but you can't always do that. So you guys sit here and hold it. And hold it. And hold it. And there you go. Now it's full. And they recommend one of these white water hoses specifically made for drinking water because the green hoses and black hoses can leach chemicals. So the white hose is specifically made for drinking water. Some people like to put a filter and filter their water while they're pumping it into their RV. I just use a Brita filter. I don't need a damn Berkey. I'm fine with my Brita. All right, that's it. We're ready to hit the road. Aww. What's your ball doing there? I know I abandoned you. I abandoned you when we were playing ball to go take a shower, huh? I did. You're such a good girl. Want to go? So this is all recreated. It's not the original, which kind of loses its interest for me. So this is all recreated. I mean, you know, sure, it represents what used to be here. I don't know. I suppose there's some interest in that. I'm just not interested. I might be burnt out on sightseeing, maybe a little bit, but I do want to go see the mud houses. Those are also just recreations, but I'm curious what a mud house looks like. It's called Slanted Village on a Slant, which is actually an interpretation from the native. Oh shoot, I'll have to look it up. It'll be up here. But it's an actual literal interpretation on a slant village, and there's a really cool, I saw it last night in my reading, there's a cool native, a more cool native name than on a slant. Even if it means the same thing, I don't know. I do want to go walk and see that. I'm hoping my dog can go. Can my dog go? Let me see. I see lots of rangers. Hey, ranger. Visitor Center, Slant Indian Village. Yep, the ranger said no problem. She's allowed to come. She doesn't like statues. Come on. I thought these were replicas. I'm pretty sure they're replicas. Jeez. It's really sad. They had to say that. The Slant Indian village was occupied by the Mandan, I think I mispronounced that earlier, an agricultural Indian tribe, and received its name because of the sloping ground upon which it was situated. They're bigger than they look from the road I drove by yesterday. Within the traditional Hidatsa society, women owned and maintained the Earth Lodge, or a wate, and an older woman with the sacred and practical knowledge of Earth Lodge construction supervised the entire building. The women cut the 4 cottonwood posts and beams and then erected the central support structure. The women then erected an outer circle of posts and cross beams, leaned split logs to form the wall, and lifted the rafters into place. On top of this framework, the women laid bunches of willow branches, dried prairie grass, and thick sod to complete the structure. The village embraced about 7 or 8 acres of ground, and the most recent survey of the site, made in 1937, revealed the ruins of 75 earth lodges. Oh my gosh, it's so much cooler in here. Oh my gosh, look at this. Look at this. Wow. Look at this. Hope it's a bird. Yep, it's a bird. Hi, bird. Regina, also known as Eagle Plume Woman, was born in 1919 in North Dakota. Regina grew up Mandan, and in addition to being an educator and storyteller of her people, she lobbied diligently and hoped to see the day that this village would be reconstructed. And just 2 months before her death in 1998, she was part of the group that announced that the Mandan village would be reconstructed. She didn't live to see it done, though. Bahula Tatonka. And these earth mounds are really good at temperature control. They stay cool in the heat of the summer. It's really cool in here right now. And they stay warm in the winter, of course, with the fire. It's awesome. I'd need windows. That's the only thing about my thing. I couldn't. Well, of course, they spent most of their time outside, I guess. Except in the winter, maybe. I don't know. So the Mandan people thrived here. The evidence from the area says that they were here about 1575, and they thrived here. There's communities, villages of these all over North Dakota. They say that extended family lived in one of these. Up to 10 to 15 people could live in one of these, and the villages could be up to 1,000, 1,500 people. And they hunted buffalo. They even planted crops. And they thrived here on the edge of the Mississippi and the confluence of the Heart River until a couple hundred years later, smallpox wiped them out. And then in 1804, 1805, Lewis and Clark expedition came through and pretty much changed it forever. And then in 1875, the fort was built as part of the expansion of the plains, and Custer came in order to claim the plains, take the land away, further grow America by taking land away from the people. The readily visible circular depressions on this site mark the ruins of the lodges. Okay, so there are some ruins in the depressions. Yeah, you can see, you probably can't see on camera, but this right here is definitely an indentation where there was one. Look at that. Oh, here's another one. So they dug out and then built up around it. dug into the ground. I think that's for temperature control. Yeah, see? You can see that. Wow. I just think it's tragic that we lost this way of life. A way of life that honors the land, honors animals, honors each other. But what a shame. A lot of people ask me, how can you shun capitalism? You lived a capitalist life. YouTube ads. All of that, you know. People call me a hypocrite. But, you know, we all have to live and work with the system we have. What was my point? I had a point. But by working within the capitalist system in order to make a living, I can't just come out and do this, you know? I mean, I can't afford it for that. That's the thing. This is a luxury for people who can afford it, you know, to buy a big enough piece of land to be able to live this way. That's the world that we have created. That not anybody can just go live a simpler life closer to nature. And the next best thing for me right now is living in an RV. And yeah, using the capitalist system to make the life I want to make instead of having the capitalist system dictate the life they want me to have, you know? Working for somebody else all my life, waiting for retirement, taking just my 2 weeks or 3 weeks of vacation a year, 4 weeks or whatever, you know, once you work up. But that's it. You got to stay at a company long enough to work up to that. So it's all about boosting business, not about the individual. So, you know, the people who say that are really kind of ignorant. I don't mean to be mean, but it's an ignorance. I mean, what am I going to do? I have to work within the system that I have. And I am. I'm working the system making the system work for me instead of the other way around. Instead of making me work for the system. Yeah, that's actually pretty good, huh? Yeah, but if we could live like this again, I'd give it a try. That's for sure. It's going to be harder, though. No, you be nice. Come on. Come on. Miss Sadie girl is being a brat. Alright, so I think we're done for the day. Shooting, at least. I just got to run errands. Go find another place to camp. There's plenty of free campgrounds in the area. No real dispersed boondocking, which I'm kind of jonesing for, but I got to work with what I got. And that is free campgrounds on lakes where I'm going to have to watch out for green algae. But thanks for hanging out with me. Hope you enjoyed this insights and thoughts into history, the past, society, where we are today. And also just remembering what was lost. I'll see you next time. In the meantime, be happy, be free, and be kind. See you soon. So this is really weird. She does the lip smacking thing. She used to do it when we were getting ready to go drive because she got nervous, maybe nauseous, just knowing that we were getting ready to go. And she was getting nauseous in those mound houses. She only did it when we were inside those. She never smacked her lips while we were outside. I wonder why. Claustrophobic. And a special thank you to Waggle for sponsoring this video. The Waggle Pet Monitor is the most trusted pet monitor used by RVers and other people who live in their vehicles for keeping their pets safe when they have to be away from their home on wheels. This little device right here stays inside your RV. It tells you what the temperature is, what the humidity is, and what the heat index is. This thing runs on its very own standalone Verizon signal. So the Verizon signal is what helps this little device connect to the app on your phone using whatever cell service you have, so that wherever you are, in the grocery store, at the movies, or out to lunch, you can know in real time what the temperature is inside your RV so that you can know that your pet is safe. So this little device right here, also you can get one that has a tracker. So if your vehicle disappears, you can track it. That's kind of cool. You might also be able to put it in a backpack and track your dog if you're going backpacking or hiking with your dog. And it comes with also one of the things that I really like. Where is it?
is this little tag that you can hang on your rear view mirror so that while your pet is safe inside your RV because you're monitoring it, people who walk by will know that your pet is being monitored, your pet is safe and happy and healthy, and they don't have to bust a window. So that's really nice too. So this is really, really nice for anybody who lives in their vehicle and has a pet and has to run errands or likes to go sightseeing. You can have peace of mind now when you're out and about and running errands, knowing that your pet is safe, because this will send you email alerts or text alerts when the temperature reaches a predetermined high or low. You have to set that up ahead of time and you can get a text, but you can also check in real time so that you always know that your pet is safe. And my viewers are getting 50% off until August 31st. So make sure you use the link in the video description, click that link, enter Sadie50 for 50% off through August 31st. This thing, I don't know how I lived without it, and I think you're going to really enjoy having it too and keeping your pet safe. So thank you, Waggle.